thrifting में या trading में अगर बात करते हो कि if I've got, for example, कुछ दिनों पहले I had Jordan 1 Retro OG Chicago's. If someone is familiar with them, I was like कि हैं तो वो अच्छे, I love them, but I could sell them for like 30,000 easily in Pakistan. तो like मैंने आगे पीछे देखा, and like within 2 weeks I found a customer. So like if someone around you over here has got some like, because they are enthusiasts as well, I want to cater to that as well. तो enthusiasts जो हैं, अगर कोई rare item है, could be a shoe, could be a wearable, could be anything, but you know it's rare, and those people, those enthusiasts also know about it. Pakistan में available नहीं है, but you can go to things and you can, you know, trade it, you can sell it, you can thrift it, and we will be that platform for you. So that's for me the work.
Awesome, thank you guys. They were certainly, thank you so much. They were certainly, applying divergent thinking. They had lots of ideas, very, implementable ideas, and then ideas that they can incorporate in the future. And guys, as you actually develop prototypes, you'll figure out one thing. Certain things will work, but it's going to help you pivot as well. And that's where the real money is. Once you pivot and you figure out that this is something that my participants actually like, and then your population segment would also like, right? So use these mapping strategies. There is another way of mediating solutions. So we're going to watch this video. It's called Crazy 8.
Crazy 8 is a design method. The purpose is to generate a number of different ideas within a short period of time. Here's how it works. Grab some pens, some coloured dot stickers or coloured pens, stock out on plenty of paper, grab some masking tape, and assign someone to be the timekeeper so you're not distracted by that. Ask the participants to form a piece into 8. While this might sound easy, there are many ways this can go wrong. Let's just show how it's done. It's worth reminding participants that these sketches don't need to be perfect. The purpose of the exercise is to generate a variety of ideas. So to put people at ease, show an example as it sets the expectations for the quality of the sketches. The facilitator then sets a timer for a short amount of time. We tend to use 8 minutes for this exercise, 10 minutes per sketch. You should have a collection of ideas. Each participant then presents their top 3 ideas to the rest of the team for feedback. Dot voting is a handy tool where each member of the team votes for ideas, usually 3 votes each. Depending on the time, you can run another round of 8 sketches, building upon one another's ideas. Then come back together and select the ideas that answer the design challenge. The chosen ideas are then worked on and perhaps made into a prototype. Great ideas can come from anywhere, even under 8 minutes.
So we have this misconception in mind that ideas take 3 months and 4 months. If you're spending weeks on your product, you're actually preparing yourself to fail. So spend 8 minutes, do this exercise, allow people to come from different segments and get certain kinds of votes and see which idea actually gets the most votes. Voting is essentially very important because it kind of highlights which product has the most utility, which product idea has the most utility, and then you can go further from over there. So one other approach over here is, and you guys can take a screenshot of this, and we're really running out of time, so I'll make this really fast. Substitute something, combine something, adapt something, modify, put to another use, eliminate, reverse. If you're really struggling with ideas, utilize this process. It's called Scamper to come up with these crazy 8 ideas, and then use dot voting to figure out how do you want to distill those ideas further, right? And then once you have your ideas, you want to make sure that you can do affinity mapping. Over here, we're doing convergent thinking. we're adding themes, we're adding titles, we're making sure that, over here we're moving away from one big chunk of messed up, crazy idea to something which is more distilled, which is shorter, which is crisp, right? So it's coming to an end right now. We've gone from empathy stage to define to ideate. And if I wasn't here, between you and me, we all know we could do these entire 3 processes in maybe 3 to 4 days at most, right? The next stage is prototyping. What really is prototyping?
A quick solution to your problem set that you defined so far.
Right. Prototyping is
Creating a model of a product.
creating a model of a product. It definitely doesn't have to be final. If you are developing a mobile app and you've got ideas and you're simply jumping off to Adobe XD and Figma, again, you're preparing yourself to fail. Start off with sketches, and you'll do your sketching part in the Crazy 8 exercises. Start off with sketches, make something which is more formalized, add details, and that should be it. You should just stick to paper prototypes. And once you've developed a paper prototype, get something of this sort so you can run some studies over here. Because you don't want to develop the real product until and unless you haven't tested it out, right? So I wouldn't spend too much time on the prototype stage. Right after you have your prototype ready, and it shouldn't take that long for you guys to develop a prototype. You need to go out there and test it. And testing is a very back and forth thing, because you're going to test something and develop a new prototype, and then test something and develop a new prototype, and you're going to go through this process of rapid prototyping again and again to refine ideas, to learn more about your users. And how do you actually test your product is, you don't test them in a lab. You go out there and you do something called guerrilla UX testing. Who's familiar with this term? No one? So you've developed a paper prototype, you've developed screenshots. All you have to do is go out to a cafe and take your paper prototype with you, and you play along with your screens and you take insights. You run something which is called a cognitive task analysis or a cognitive walkthrough, where you tell the user to walk you through the product that you've designed for your users. And this is a small example we have over here.
Hi, I want to buy some supplements from this Fit Plan page. Oh, they have a lot of things here. I really like that. I can see a lot of variety. Let me see the supplements. I like that it's very orderly, and they already showed me some of the bits that I can choose, and some cinnamon. I feel like this is too clogged, that there's too many images, and there are too much information here, or the font is a little bit too big for my liking. But I think I want this. Oh, I like this one. I'm gonna add those to my cart. I like that it pops out, and it tells me how much my total is. I'm gonna check out. I like that it shows me everything that I have. Perfect. I would like.
So this is essentially testing it out with your users. You have a paper prototype, you've gone out there, and you tell your users to walk you through the product that you've designed. Another stage over here is you run something which is called the heuristics testing. How many of you are familiar with heuristics testing? You're not? Okay, so these are known as Nielsen's heuristics. There are 10 heuristics out there. You want to make sure that the different elements on your interface conform to these heuristics out there. Visibility of system status, matching between the system and the real world, user control and freedom, and so on and so forth. You Google these and you'll figure that out, right? So I'll end my, this workshop over here. It's very tough to run a design thinking workshop in an hour. But what I want, my only departing message over here is, and what I want you guys to understand, that design thinking is not a 4-month, 5-month long process. It's a process where you go out there, you develop empathy with your users, you define your problem statements, you come up and you have these well-developed user need statements, you develop prototypes, you test it, you go back out there and you develop it. This is the process that you guys need to incorporate. One thing you have to be cognizant about is that don't develop ideas which are not validated by your users. Don't work on those products. If you think that's the right way to go about it, that's your bias talking. Think about the biases that I talked about in this talk beforehand. You also have biases as product designers and product developers. Make sure you're cognizant about your biases. And you go through this, and I wish you guys the best of luck. You guys are the people who are changing Pakistan. And and tomorrow, inshallah, we'll see more Poshmarks and more, Shia seed stores over here, and these things are going to challenge those big conglomerates such as Goodness Me in North America and these big companies. You guys are the future of Pakistan. So go ahead with these ideas about design thinking, incorporate them, and change the world. More power to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.